Grade 9 Civics Constitutional Design. What is a constitution? A constitution has written laws accepted by people living together in a country. It specifies how a government should be constituted. It lays down the limits on the power of the government. It expresses the aspirations of the people about creating a good society. It generates trust and coordination among the citizens of that country. In this chapter, we shall see the process of the making of the Indian Constitution. Making of the Indian Constitution. The process began during the national struggle for freedom. The first draft was made in 1928 and then again in 1931. Motilal Nehru and 8 leaders demanded the following in the draft: universal adult franchise, social justice, right to freedom, and liberty. Participation in provincial legislature helped Indians in framing their constitution. Leaders were inspired by the French Revolution, by the British parliamentary system, Bill of Rights of the United States. They also learned what the British were denying Indian citizens. Now we go on to learn about how the Constituent Assembly was formed. Description of the composition of the Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was elected mainly by the members of the existing provincial legislatures. This ensured a fair geographical share of members of all regions of the country. The Congress, which was the dominant party in the assembly, itself included a variety of political groups and opinions. It represented members from different languages, castes, religions, classes, and occupations. It had 299 members. Dr. B.R.Ambedkar was appointed chairman of the drafting committee. The Constitution was adopted on 26 November 1949 and enacted on 26 January 1950. It was on that day that India became a republic. The Constitution reflects the best minds of the country. Its members represented mini India. Every law was debated clause by clause and a consensus was arrived. The Indian Constitution, by the way, is also the longest written constitution. Let us now look at the preamble of the Constitution. So, what is a preamble? A preamble is a short statement of the basic values of the Constitution. It is generally referred to as the index of the Constitution. Sovereign. Sovereign means that people have supreme right to make decisions on internal and external matters. No external power can dictate to the government of India what should be done. Socialist means that wealth is generated socially. It should be shared equally by society. Secular means that citizens have complete freedom to follow any religion, but there is no official religion. Republic means that the head of the state is elected. In 1976, the 42nd Amendment added the words socialist and secular to the preamble of the Constitution. The next key term we need to look at is justice. All are equal above the law. No one can be discriminated on the basis of caste, creed, or religion. Liberty. There are no restrictions on the citizens of this country. In other words, citizens are given rights and also expected to perform duties towards the nation. Equality. Equality in terms of law is practiced and no one is given an unfair advantage on account of social or financial standing. Fraternity. The concept of brotherhood is emphasized so that unity in diversity can be maintained without disharmony. The Constitution of India is partly rigid and partly flexible. Now, what do we mean by that? We mean to say that amendments to the Constitution can be made by lawmakers where necessary, as long as the basic tenets of the Constitution are not violated. Any Constitution amenable to change is flexible. In our Constitution, we have made some amendments unavailable or difficult in order to preserve the egalitarian society which the country wishes to promote. What did we learn in this chapter? We saw what a constitution is. We discussed a few details related to the formation of our constitution. We then reviewed the preamble to our constitution and tried to understand what some of the key terms used in the preamble mean. I would strongly encourage you to try and read at least some parts of our Constitution. You can find the latest version of the Indian Constitution in the website of the Ministry of Law and Justice. Happy reading.
Thanks for watching the video. Please visit our website theopenbook.in.